What's up, family? I just woke up. I had something on my mind this morning. I wanted to talk about doing it for self first, putting things in for yourself first, understanding that this life is really about doing it for yourself. I had a dream about the things that I wanted to accomplish in my life. Not just accomplish in my life, the things I wanted to exude out of myself. I realized that whatever you do, you have to become that internally first in order to give that out to other people. Like, you literally have to build that energy up. In order for you to love somebody the way that you feel that you need to love somebody, you need to first know how to love yourself. Start from the inside and then bringing that out. Last night, I just did a podcast with my aunt and my sister, and the topic of the discussion was about code switching. All right. So we noticed that people had the code switch, especially black folks. We know that we got a code switch wherever we go. We got to be a totally different character depending on the people that you're around at the time. And I get that and I understand that it kind of is what it is right now. But whatever is what it is means. But I want to focus on getting you to the point where you no longer have to be like that. You are who you want to be, and I think that's a tough road to cross for a lot of people, because you're told to be so many different things in your lifetime that you never fully get to experience who you want to be. And I'm at that point in my life now. I'm in my 30s. I'm 33 years old. I'm just now getting to that point. But I noticed that everything that I did before actually brought me here to this point now. All the self-help books that I used to read, all the self-talk that I used to do for myself, it took me years to get to this point where I am right now, where I'm actually starting to love myself the way that I believed I should. Excuse me. Again, I just woke up. I just had this thought in my head, and I had to put it out here. But I think it's important, and it's important to do it for yourself first, to love yourself first, to know thyself. My whole thing is to bridge the gap between us and some of our ancestors. Dang, this is gonna be a terrible video. No, it's gonna be a great video. But my whole thing is to my whole thing is to really bridge the gap. See, I'm known as the bridge during my podcast, and I would like to connect us to a past, or actually our ancestors, our past, in order to operate here where we need to be now. Because I believe that that we're missing something. And I believe that the Africans, the people in Africa right now, who are native to that land, are also missing something. And I believe it's going to be up to us, blacks here in America, to make something of them back in Africa, and for them to make something of us here in America. And I think we're going to really need each other. And not only are we going to need each other, we're going to need everybody in the whole diaspora, whole African diaspora. Because we are the ones who lived everywhere in this world, everywhere in this continent. And we have something to bring back home now. See, though the experiences that we went through, you could easily say that it was tragic, and it was tragic. It was tragic events that the people went through in the diaspora of Africa, and things that we're still going through now. It's tragic. Or you could change your inside. My do-rag is crooked, and I kind of care. But or you could look within, and say that all that had its own purpose within my life. I could use all those ups and downs that my ancestors had to go through, that I had to go through. I could use all that for the good and build something for everybody. Again, it starts within first. And I'm not here to say, I'm superior to everybody else, or black folks are superior, even though we went through a whole hell of a lot and we're still around. We got to notice that we're people, and then we got to realize that you are your own person first. You don't bend to this world. The world is supposed to bend to you. At least that's what I believe, I believe in this world catering to you. But you have to be in the position, the mindset, you have to have the right heart to operate and walk that walk. It's just how it is, man. If you don't feel like you love yourself, you're not going to be able to give the correct love to everybody else. If you don't feel that you deserve a certain amount of success, then you're not going to be able to exude the characteristics of being a successful person. That's just how this world works. Do it for yourself first. And that's why I do things the way that I do. I walk around here, not conceited, but I walk around here like I am in total control of my life. And as hard of a pill that is to swallow, that's the absolute truth. Because it's easy for me to blame everything that's around me. Just have a total blame game of why I'm not as successful as I need to be. And some of that stuff might have an effect on my life. It really has some type of an effect on my life. But that I use that effect that came on me as a positive, or did I use it as a negative? And most likely, most people use their experiences as negative. Because remember, it's an experience. You are experiencing something while you're here on this planet, and it's totally up to you to change that experience around. If you see something and you notice something about yourself that you don't like, you need to change that, because it's totally up to you. Live your life the way that you see fit. And the reason I got out, and I'm going to speak a little bit on religion right now, but the reason that I got out of Christianity is because I seen so many people waiting for somebody else to come and save them. And I knew within myself that wasn't right for me. It made absolutely no sense to wait for something to come and save you, and you're just going to live poor, you're just going to be broke, and you're going to think this is just the way it's going to be because this religion told me that this is what I'm supposed to be, and I'm supposed to endure all of this because I'm black. I'm supposed to be a slave because I disobeyed about hundreds of years ago, or maybe even thousands of years ago, and now this is my punishment that I'm still going through. Again, it's an experience, and you can live your life like that because it's totally up to you. I'm not here to save you. But I am here to shine some light on you. So, with my attitude, I went searching for something else. Because I believe in a higher power. I believe in God. So I started doing some research. And again, all this is bringing me to where I am right now, doing some research and doing more, looking deeper into everything. I looked into Christianity. I looked into Islam. I looked into even Judaism. I looked into all that stuff. I didn't find what I was looking for in any of those. I started searching deeper to what made sense to me. And then I found African spirituality. That's what I found. And it made sense because there was no lies within at least the spiritual system that I was looking into. They didn't lie. Looking into West African spirituality, they tell you the truth. They let you know that this system here, it could be used for good or it could be used for bad. It's all depending on the person and the way that they were taught to believe this particular system. But you can use it for good or bad. See, I never got that before because I was always told that Christianity and all these other major religions were just good. They cannot be bad. You do this, but you do this, and it's going to be a good thing. But it wasn't always a good thing for the people that I seen that were in it. It wasn't helping. It wasn't helping them because most people were being lied to. And again, it's their experience, and they could choose to do something with it, or they could choose to, follow what everybody tells them, or they could choose to do their own research. And that's just what it's going to be. And there's much more to it, to all these systems, once you really start to dive into them. But there's so many layers that you got to go through before you start to figure it out. And these systems that I saw, these West African traditions that I was looking at, made sense right off the bat. They let you know that, hey, we're not going to force any of this on you. You choose to walk this path. And when you walk this path, it's going to be your path. You're going to have to figure out how you need to do it. And that's what I liked about it. That's what I love about those systems, because they don't hold any punches. They let you know that this is what it's going to be. And you have to do it for yourself. You have to find out the best way to do it. And we understand that everybody practices this particular religion different because they are their own person and they had their own experiences. And that's how I want to live my life. So I hope you got something from this. Again, the true power, at least I believe, true power lies within. It doesn't lie outside of you. Once you start to realize that the world is supposed to bend to you, and you're not supposed to bend to this world, you'll start to understand that life is what you make it. And you are in the position that you're in right now, not because of somebody else, but you're in the position that you're in right now because of the way you think and the way you feel. And all your thoughts and your feelings, you could change that. You could rewire all that to serve you for the better. Sometimes you gotta let things go. You can't keep holding on to everything because you leave no room to pick up more. or to be something better, or to grab on to something that's going to be better for you. Sometimes you got to let go and leave yourself open. Makes sense to me. But anyways, I love y'all. I want you to do well in your life. But in order to do that, you got to change it. You got to rewire yourself inside and start working and operating on things that's better for you. Alright? So y'all have a blessed day. I just woke up. This was on my mind, and I had to put this on video. But I love y'all. Peace.